Aquarius. Listen carefully, because September 30th, 2025 is not just another date on the calendar. It is the day the universe leans in and whispers, "This was your final test." For months, maybe even years, you've been walking through storms no one else understood, silent battles, late nights filled with doubt, people questioning you, leaving you, betraying you, and yet you kept moving forward. And here's the part that gives me chills to even say. Every one of those painful moments was not random. They were checkpoints, cosmic checkpoints, designed to see if your soul was ready for the breakthrough waiting on the other side. And Aquarius, you passed. Yes, you heard me right. The cosmic judge has already stamped your name in the book of those who endured, those who didn't quit, those who chose integrity when shortcuts were flashing in their face. And when the universe writes your name on that list, miracles follow. But here's the shocking part. When the test ends, the truth begins. And the truth that's about to be revealed to you, Aquarius, could open the very door you've been praying, begging, and fighting for all year. The door to opportunity, the door to freedom, the door to the kind of miracle you almost stopped believing in. Now let me be brutally honest with you, this isn't soft, fluffy inspiration. September 30th is not about a random lucky break. It's about divine timing. It's about the exact moment where the heavens measure your strength and decide to hand you the keys. And if you're listening right now, it means those keys are already dangling in front of you. Think about it. Why do you feel so restless this week? Why are strange things happening around you? Why are you sensing change in the air, even if you can't explain it? It's because your test has ended and the results are in your favor. But stay with me, because here's where it gets even more powerful. Before this video ends, I am going to reveal the 3 undeniable signs that prove your test has been completed. Signs that no one can deny once they show up in your life. And when you recognize them, you will understand why September 30th is the day everything shifts. Aquarius, this is not just prediction, it's confirmation. The battle you thought was breaking you, it was making you. The silence you thought was abandonment, it was divine protection. And the heartbreak you thought was loss, it was redirection into the miracle about to arrive. So don't scroll away, don't click off, don't miss this, because what I'm about to reveal could be the exact message that unlocks your next chapter. Mark my words. September 30th, 2025 will prove that you passed the test. And what comes next will not just surprise you, it will shock you, heal you, and change everything you thought you knew about your destiny. Aquarius, let's get real for a moment. You didn't just stumble into September 30th by chance. No, this day is arriving after months of silent challenges that tested your soul in ways most people couldn't even imagine. Think about it. How many times this year did life suddenly slam the brakes on you? The job that looked like a sure thing, suddenly delayed. The friend you thought you could trust, suddenly gone. The plans you built so carefully, suddenly collapsing. To the outside world, these looked like random misfortunes, but deep down, you felt it. There was something bigger happening. These weren't accidents, these weren't failures, these were divine checkpoints, moments designed to press pause, to see if you would break or if you would hold steady. You see, Aquarius, the universe doesn't test you with comfort. It tests you with silence. It tests you with betrayal. It tests you with endings that feel unfair, just to see if you'll still walk in integrity when no one is clapping for you. How many nights did you cry yourself to sleep, asking, "Why me?" How many mornings did you wake up feeling like giving up, but chose to keep moving anyway? Every single one of those choices was part of the exam. And here's the truth. You didn't just take the test, you passed it. You thought the delays meant you were being punished. You thought the betrayals meant you weren't worthy. You thought the sudden endings meant you were cursed. But here's the twist. Those moments weren't punishments at all. They were secret proof. Proof that you were ready for the next level of your destiny. Proof that when the world turned its back, you didn't collapse. You rose. Aquarius, the hidden test was never about what you lost. It was about what you chose in the face of loss. Did you stay honest when it would have been easier to cut corners? Did you keep faith when every sign told you to quit? Did you protect your light when darkness surrounded you? And now, because you did. September 30th doesn't arrive empty-handed. It arrives carrying your receipt, your proof of passing. And with that proof comes the permission for your miracle to finally unfold. Aquarius, let me take you deeper. September 30th is not just a date, it's a courtroom. Imagine the universe itself as a great hall of justice. The scales of destiny sit heavy, waiting to be balanced. The candles are lit, the silence is thick, and every choice you've made in the past year is being weighed. And here's the shocking truth. The scales tilt in your favor. Why? Because when shortcuts appeared, you didn't take them. When temptations whispered, you said no. When betrayal knocked, you refused to let bitterness poison your soul. You see, this was never about who could run the fastest or climb the highest. It was about who could stand firm when everything around them was shaking. Think about those moments, the time you could have lied your way out of trouble, but instead you spoke the truth, even when it cost you. The time you could have gotten revenge, but instead you walked away with dignity. The time you could have quit and told yourself it wasn't worth it, but instead you kept showing up, even when nobody was clapping. Aquarius, those weren't wasted sacrifices. They were deposits into your destiny. And now, the cosmic judge leans forward. The gavel is raised. The decision is made. You passed. You may feel like nobody noticed the nights you kept your promise, the mornings you pushed through the pain, the loyalty you gave to people who didn't deserve it. You may feel like it all disappeared into the void. But here's the twist. You thought no one saw your patience, your loyalty, your sacrifice. But the universe saw everything. Every tear you hid, every prayer you whispered, every battle you fought in silence, it was all recorded. And now, Aquarius, your name has been written on the list of those chosen for release. Release from delay, release from the chains of waiting, release from the cycles that kept repeating. This is why September 30th matters so much. It's not about random luck. It's about a divine verdict. It's the day the universe announces, Aquarius, your time of testing is over. The reward begins now. And let me tell you something. Rewards from the universe don't show up empty. They don't knock lightly. They arrive like a flood. They arrive like the dawn after the longest night. So if you've been wondering when your turnaround will come, why the doors stayed shut for so long, why the blessings seemed delayed, this is your answer. The wait wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The silence wasn't neglect. It was evidence being gathered in your favor. And on September 30th, the verdict is delivered. The scales tilt. The judgment is reward. And the miracle that once felt impossible finally takes its first breath. Aquarius, let's get very clear. When a divine test ends, the universe doesn't just leave you guessing. It sends undeniable signs. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice them like flashing neon lights across your life. The first sign is this. The silence breaks. For months, maybe years, you've prayed and heard nothing but quiet. Opportunities stalled, calls unreturned, doors closed. But suddenly, out of nowhere, the silence cracks. Maybe it's an email you weren't expecting, a phone call from someone you thought forgot you, a message that feels almost too perfectly timed to be coincidence. That's not random. That's the divine confirming the test is complete. The second sign is the the door unlocks. Think back to the thing you wanted most that seemed frozen, a project that never got off the ground, a relationship that couldn't move forward, a financial situation stuck on repeat. On or around September 30th, that frozen place suddenly shifts. The no you've been hearing becomes a surprising yes. The stalled situation breathes again. It's like watching a locked safe click open after years of waiting. And then comes the third sign. The shadow walks away. You know that toxic person, that heavy fear, that draining pattern that's been clinging to you. Suddenly, it just leaves. The friend who kept betraying you finally exits your life. The fear that haunted you feels weaker. The cycle that drained your energy breaks apart. The shadow doesn't fight. It just fades because it has no permission to stay anymore. Aquarius, these aren't little coincidences. These are prophecies fulfilled. The universe marks completion with clarity. And here's where I need you to lean in, because this is important. You may think these 3 signs are just small victories. You may believe they only mean you survived the storm. But here's the twist. These signs don't just mean survival. They mean promotion. They mean your name is being called into the very life chapter you've been praying for. The silence breaking, the door unlocking, the shadow leaving. These are the green lights of destiny flashing, telling you, move forward, the path is clear. Aquarius, here's the part you've been waiting for. The miracle itself. September 30th, 2025 isn't just another date. It's a rare cosmic window. Imagine the sky opening just wide enough for light to pour through, a moment where the energy of the universe lines up with your soul contract. These windows don't happen often, but when they do, lives change forever. This is your window. On this day, the energy that was blocked suddenly shifts. It's like a locked safe finally clicking open after years of being sealed shut. And inside that safe, your long-delayed rewards, emotional healing you thought would never come, financial opportunities that once seemed out of reach, love, trust, and stability flowing into the cracks that life once broke wide open. For some of you, it may arrive as a career breakthrough, an email, an offer, a sudden green light that moves your work forward in a way you didn't expect. For others, it could show up as deep emotional restoration, finally forgiving yourself, finally letting go of pain, finally feeling at peace after carrying battles no one else understood. And for many, this window brings both money and meaning, stability and healing, all unfolding in divine alignment. And here's the key: you won't need to force it. You won't need to chase it. The miracle on September 30th isn't something you grind for. It's something you receive. Now here's where most people miss it. They see the blessing but underestimate it. They think, oh, it's just a phone call, just a letter, just a yes. But here's the twist. You may think the miracle is small, a phone call, a letter, a sudden yes. But that small yes is not small at all. It's the seed of your biggest transformation in years. Aquarius, you don't plant a seed and expect it to stay a seed. You plant it because you know it will grow into a tree that gives shade, fruit, and legacy. September 30th is planting day, and the miracle you receive is the seed that will grow into the chapter of abundance, freedom, and joy you've been waiting for. This isn't random luck. This is your reward, unlocked by passing the test. Now, Aquarius, here's the truth. Passing the test isn't the finish line. It's the starting line of your breakthrough. And if you're not careful, you could miss the blessing by falling into old patterns. The universe is opening a door on September 30th, but you need to know how to walk through it. There are 3 things you must do. 3 actions that will make sure the miracle doesn't slip through your hands. The first is this: trust divine timing. I know it hasn't been easy. You've waited, You've prayed, you've asked, why not sooner? But the fact that it's happening now means it couldn't have happened before. The timing wasn't punishment, it was precision. Trust that the door is opening at the exact moment you're ready to handle what's behind it. The second action, say yes to the unexpected. Your blessing may not look the way you pictured it. It might not come from the person you expected. It may show up disguised as something small or even inconvenient. Don't dismiss it. Don't brush it off. Say yes, even if it surprises you, even if it feels unfamiliar. That's how miracles hide, in the unexpected. And the third action, release control of outcomes. You've done the work, you've shown your integrity, you've passed the test. Now is not the time to micromanage the universe. Don't overthink the how, the when, the where. Your only job is to stay open, stay ready, and step forward when the opportunity appears. And this is where I need to give you the most important reminder of all. You may feel like the miracle depends on your effort. You may feel like you have to work harder, push more, make it happen by force. But here's the twist. It's already been signed, already sealed, already stamped in your favor. Your only job now is to open the envelope and read the good news the universe has written with your name on it. Aquarius, don't sabotage this moment by clinging to fear or control. Trust. Say yes. Let go. The miracle is not just coming, it's already yours. You've already faced betrayals. You've already endured delays. You've already survived endings that almost broke you. But now, standing at the edge of your miracle, there's a shadow that could still block your blessing if you're not careful. That shadow is dubbed fear, self-sabotage, the whispers of skeptics who tell you, don't get your hopes up. The inner voice that says, it's too late. You don't deserve this. Something will go wrong. If you allow that voice to get louder than the truth, you risk closing the very door the universe has just opened for you. Because miracles require belief. They need an open heart, not a guarded one. Think about it. How many times in the past did you pull back just before the breakthrough? How many times did you convince yourself it wasn't going to happen and walked away too early? That is the danger now. Not an enemy outside, not a delay from life, not some obstacle in your way. The danger is the part of you that doubts you're worthy of what's coming. And let me make this crystal clear. Your worthiness is not in question. The test proved it. The verdict confirmed it. The universe has already said yes. The only one left to agree is you. You may think the danger is external, a person, a delay, an obstacle. But here's the twist. The real danger is your own disbelief. Aquarius, this is why you must guard your mind more than ever right now. When doubt whispers, answer with faith. When fear rises, remind yourself that you passed the test. When others try to project their limits onto you, remember, their story is not your story. September 30th is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to believe, to trust that the miracle belongs to you, even if it arrives in a way you don't expect. Don't let the shadow of doubt steal what you've already earned. Keep your eyes open, your heart steady, and your spirit ready. Because when belief meets timing, miracles don't just appear, they multiply. Aquarius, here it is, the revelation you've been waiting for. All along, you thought the test was about money, about love, about opportunity. You thought it was about that one job, that one person, that one door that wouldn't open. But let me tell you the truth. The test was never about those things. The test was about you. It was about whether you could walk through fire without losing your light, about whether you could keep your faith when the world turned its back, about whether you could protect your integrity when shortcuts were screaming at you to give in. And Aquarius, you proved it. You proved you are stronger than you thought. You proved you are wiser than you once believed. You proved that when the storm raged, you didn't just survive, you shined. And now the universe responds to that strength. September 30th is the divine stamp on your paper saying, approved, complete, ready. But what's even more breathtaking is what happens next. Because October 1st isn't just another day, it's the first page of your new chapter. Imagine closing a heavy book that's been full of struggle, tears, and unanswered questions, and opening a brand new volume titled Breakthrough. That's what's waiting for you. The energy shifts, the heaviness lifts, and suddenly the opportunities, love, and abundance that felt so far away are standing right in front of you, saying, welcome, this is your time. Now listen carefully, because this is the twist that changes everything. You thought September 30th was the end, but here's the twist. It's actually your beginning. The end of waiting, the end of tests, the end of feeling stuck in cycles you didn't choose, and the beginning of freedom, of flow, of miracles showing up one after another. Aquarius, this is not just a shift in your circumstances, it's a shift in your identity. The person you were yesterday no longer exists. The test built a new you, a you who knows your worth, a you who knows your strength, a you who is finally ready to receive everything that's been waiting. So, take a deep breath and mark it down. September 30th is not the closing chapter of your story, it's the prologue of your destiny. So, Aquarius, September 30th is not just a date, it is your proof. Proof that you endured what others would have crumbled under. Proof that you passed the divine test without even realizing the universe was watching every step. Proof that your name has been written on the list of those chosen for breakthrough. Now let's seal this message with clarity. Remember these 3 signs that confirm your victory. The silence breaks. The moment the phone rings, the message arrives, or the long-delayed answer suddenly finds its way to you. What was quiet is now about to speak. The door unlocks. That job, opportunity, or relationship that felt stuck in endless waiting will suddenly swing open. You don't need to push anymore. The door itself recognizes it's time to move. The shadow walks away, whether it's a toxic person, a draining fear, or an obstacle that kept you bound. You'll notice it simply fades. Like smoke dissolving in the air, what once haunted you loses its power. These aren't just random shifts, Aquarius. These are the universe's way of whispering, congratulations, you passed. And now, I want to ask you, because your voice matters here, which of these 3 signs is already showing up in your life? Is it the unexpected message, the unlocked door, or the release of a shadow that once weighed heavy on your spirit? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one because your journey is not just personal, it's part of a bigger collective awakening for Aquarius energy all around the world. And if this message spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Send it to another Aquarius who has been questioning, doubting, or feeling stuck. Be the messenger that helps them recognize their own breakthrough is near, because sometimes all it takes is one reminder at the right moment to change someone's life forever. Aquarius, your story is shifting. The waiting season is closing. The miracle season is opening. September 30th, 2025 will not just mark time on a calendar. It will mark the moment your life officially tilts toward blessing, abundance, and freedom. Your test is over. Your miracle is next. And very soon, you'll look back on this day and say, that was the turning point. That was the day it all began. So don't just listen, claim it, speak it, write it, live it, because Aquarius, September 30th will prove it.